Welcome back to everyone who's watching Mama Rwanda TV. You're going to be with me, Princess Mugisha. Let's start with the news headlines. The statement on Cabinet Resolution of September 15th, 2025. Rwanda security forces depart for Cabo Delgado to drive colleagues. On the international scene, Israel escalates bombardment as defense minister says Gaza is burning. Let's take a short break to be back into the news details. Welcome back into the news details, and let's start our news in Rwanda, where on Monday, 15 September 2025, His Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, chaired the cabinet meeting at Rugwiro Village. The cabinet was briefed on the 2024 to 2025 national examination results and the opening of the schools for 2025-2026 academic year. The cabinet also discussed the preparation for the 2026 agriculture season and noted the progress that farmers are encouraged to complete and land preparation, ensure timely planning and appropriate use of inputs to maximize crop productivity. The cabinet discussed the progress achieved in expanding electricity access, connectivity and reliability nationwide, as access to electricity has increased to 85% in 2025 from less than 2% in 2000. The cabinet was updated on the preparation for the 2025 UC Loud World Championship, the first of its kind on the African continent, to be held in Rwanda from 21st to 28th September 2025, and all preparations were on the track. The cabinet also briefed on the new action to expand forest and landscape restoration across the country, including the urban areas. The cabinet approved a partnership agreement between the African Parks Network and the government of Rwanda. The cabinet also approved the application of the Rwanda nationality and approved other orders in the ministerial order, establishment of the code of conduct and governing disciplinary committees in the Rwanda Defense Force. Ministerial order on land exploration in public interest for Ngoma River water supply project in Gicumbi and Nyagatare. The cabinet approved the agreement for proposed ambassador and honorable consuls. Turning to our next story, a new quadrant of the Rwanda security forces had departed for Cabo Delgado, Mozambique, to review colleagues who have completed a year-long mission combating in Charles in the northern province. The farewell ceremony was held at Kigali International Airport on Monday, September 15th, was led by Major General Vincent Nyakarundi, the RDF Army Chief of Staff, alongside the Commissioner of Police Vincent Sano, Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations. On Saturday, Major General Nyakarundi briefed members of the contingent at Military Academy Nigako. The session also attended by the Commissioner Sano emphasized the importance of discipline, commitment, teamwork as the troops prepare to continue Rwanda's support to Mozambique security operation. The new deployment will be commanded by Major General Vincent Gatama. The Major General Nyakarundi conveyed a message from President Paul Kagame, Commander-in-Chief of RDF, commanding the achievements of the previous contingents and arguing the incoming team to maintain the same high standards. The Commissioner of Police also reminded the troops to foster teamwork and avoid enemy misconduct that could harm Rwanda's reputation abroad. Now let's turn our focus to this story where the RDF spokesperson, Brigadier General Ronald Rwivanga, on how current stabilities in the region can be reversed only through effective political decisions.
The issues that we are facing in the region today can be reversed. The DRC, the Eastern DRC, has similar contradictory ethnic arrangements that cause chaos, similar to Rwanda. And therefore, they just have to make political decisions that will solve these problems. It's very clear. We had a worse scenario where 1 million people were slaughtered in 100 days. Today, the Eastern DRC, people are being eaten for their ethnicity. They are being banned. In Uvira currently, they are saying we don't want any Tutsi, even if they are geographically, historically meant to be there. And government is okay with that. So my primary argument here is that We have lived that story. And therefore, we have the moral authority to advise on how best certain communities can improve the status quo. So Eastern DRC can be improved in such a way if they have good governance. So it's a question of poor governance, poor decisions, political will. The moment a leader chooses a path of divisionism, sectarianism, hate, and discrimination, then you are destined for continuous anarchy. The moment you choose to fight against these aspects that divide society, then you are bound to succeed like we did. I thank you very much.
Great to be back into the international news.
Welcome to Alba Supply, where all the magic happens right here in Rwanda. We create clothes that are stylish and comfortable for both women and men. Look around. This is exactly where everything is made. From shirts to t-shirts, suits, trousers, you name it, whatever you need, we got you. Every stitch, every cut is made right here. Alba Supply is all about Rwandan creativity and quality. Comfortable, classy, and of course, proudly made in Rwanda.
Let's start on the African news, where Malawi votes that amid economic downturn, leadership discontent, and international scene, the Israel has heavily bombed the Gaza city over the night, with unconfirmed reports from the U.S. news site Axios and the Jerusalem Post that the military has now launched its ground offensive to occupy the entire city. Kamikaze proceeds.
On the international news, Malawians vote on this Tuesday in a high-stake election overshadowed by economic hardship and growing frustration with leadership. President Lazarus Chakwera, 70 years old, faces a strong challenge from his predecessor Peter Mutharika, 85 years old, in what analysts see as a tight two-horse race. Former President Joyce Banda and 15 other candidates are also contesting, but if no one wins over 50% of the vote, a runoff will be held. Since Chakwera took office in 2020, Malawi has endured prolonged economic stagnation, with inflation about 20% for more than 3 years, alongside fuel shortages, a devastating cyclone, and drought that wiped out crops. Corruption scandals have fueled widespread voter disillusionments with both major parties. The election also decides parliamentary and local council seats for the nation of 22 million people. Observers say turnout will be critical as many citizens feel disenchanted. Polls closed Tuesday evening with results expected within a week. Proceeding, Israel intensified its assault on Gaza City overnight with heavy airstrikes and unconfirmed reports suggesting a full-scale ground offensive may be underway. The bombardment comes as Israel Defense Minister Israel Katz declared on X that Gaza is burning and vowed operation would continue until the completion of the mission. Palestinian officials report rising casualties while homes have been destroyed and civilians trapped under rubble. The Israel Defense Forces estimate about 2,500 residents have fled Gaza City, though hundreds of thousands remain. Many say they cannot afford to leave, while others argue the south is also unsafe due to ongoing strikes. The escalation followed U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's visit to Jerusalem, where he reassured Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of unwavering American support. Rubio is said to visit Qatar, which continues to play a key mediating role. Meanwhile, hostages' families in Israel protested outside Netanyahu's home, fearing military action endanger their loved ones sealed in Gaza. Concluding, an emergency Arab Islamic summit in Doha strongly condemned Israel's strike in Qatar's capital, calling it cowardly but offered few concrete measures beyond words. The Gulf Cooperation Council pledged to activate a joint defense mechanism, stating that an attack on any member would be considered as attack on all. GCC military bodies are already planning consultation, and the bloc's Unified Military Command will meet soon in Doha. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar's emir, denounced the attack, saying it targeted the families of Hamas leaders who were working toward a US-backed ceasefire in Gaza. The summit's final communique expressed solidarity with Qatar and rejected further aggression, but stopped short of imposing sanctions or other punitive actions. Several leaders urged more forceful responses. Turkey called for economic pressure, Egypt declared the attack a serious breach of international law, and Pakistan proposed forming an Arab Islamic task force. The summit marked a shift in rhetoric, but significant policy changes remain to be seen. Kamikaze Jocelyn, Mama Urwa Gasabo TV.
As we come to the end of news edition today, let's go back with the news headlines. The statement on the Cabinet resolution of September 15, 2025. Rwanda security forces depart for the Cabo Delgado to review the colleagues. On the international scene, Israel escalates the bombardment as defense minister says Gaza is burning. Thanks for having me. Stay tuned.